Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in again and welcome back to another video on this channel. In today's video I'd like to run you through my current hairstyle update, a very drastic update that I did about a week ago, and as you can see I went for a really short hairstyle which is called the French crop. I've been wanting to try this out for I think about a year or so, because I saw some videos of some guys doing this like Cameron Cretney or Anthony DeLuca, and I thought immediately when I saw these videos that this would probably suit me very well because one, my head is pretty long and it is even more elongated by my beard. And secondly, my head is also very long in the, horizontal plane. And therefore I've been wanting to try out a hairstyle that gives me some kind of roundness on top for a long time, because my head essentially sometimes looks like a giant tic-tac. And that's why I thought that this would probably suit me quite well. Overall, I gotta say that it has been a drastic change for me, because I essentially went from a length of 4 to 5 inches in the front of my head to, as you can see, about 1 to 1.5 inches. And that is pretty drastic. My hair overall isn't longer than, I would say, 2 inches. Overall, my hair length increases towards the crown area, because here you can see that I actually do have 2 inches, but in general it doesn't exceed those 2 inches, and that's a pretty drastic change because before I never went below, say, 4 inches. So having those short hairs is quite a big change. I also changed the fade on the sides of my head, as I told you in, I think, my last video, right? Because that's about 2 weeks ago. I had a 0/skin/razor fade for most of the past 2 years. And now I went for a 3mm, and this was actually a conscious decision because I didn't want it to look too extreme, because I knew that my hair would look different and I didn't want to shock everyone around me even more by going 0 on the sides. A really important detail of the French crop is that the hair on top has a lot of texture. So my barber went with his thinning shears and he went crazy on the different hair strands. I essentially get a lot of separation on my head, I get a lot of movement, and no hair strand is the same length as another hair strand on top of my head. And this is even more accentuated if I use a heavy clay like Cavalier clay, which I still use, surprisingly, but I'll get to that in a minute. And it gives me a very nice separation, a lot of movement, and a very natural looking style. In terms of hair products, my prediction was, before I got the cut, that I would probably use more hair waxes and more light clays and less heavy clays, because I was basically like, well, if my hair is shorter, then I don't need as much hold, so I don't need those heavy clays anymore. But in fact, I am still using, for example, Cavalier clay, because it gives me an excellent texture and it just works very, very good for my dense and thick hair. On the other hand, I can no longer use Cheveux Ocean clay because it gives me too much of a greasy finish, and that's, I think, the main discriminating factor here, because if you get too much grease with this type of hairstyle and you want to go for a messy look with this instead of a side part, which is, by the way, still possible with this, so you can still use pomades and still go for a sleek look as well, which is something that nobody will tell you on YouTube, but you can do that. But if you want to go for a messy look, grease is not the thing that you want to go for. So, for example, Ocean Clay by Cheveux and also Claymation by Hans de Foucault are products that I cannot use when I go for this hairstyle, because it will just look greasy and unkept, or even more unkept than it looks like this. But with this, it hopefully still looks like it's intentionally, you know. So as I said, nothing has changed too much with the products that I'm using. I still like to use Maurice Motley Treatment Styling Balm, or for example by Verlaine products, which are more on the natural looking side of things if I want to have less texture and a more natural finish. or I go with Cavalier clay if I want that really textured and slightly glossy finish. Another product category that I like to use is hair creams, because I don't need too much hold with this, and I can therefore use hair creams on a regular basis without fearing that my hairstyle will fall apart on some point during my day. Something that is noteworthy, however, is that the styling process is a lot easier, it's a lot faster, and it's way easier to get this look, even if something messes up your hair, because you will just, I don't know, scruff through your hair and there you go, that's it. So the styling process is way easier, and I totally love the convenience that comes with short to very short hair. It's way easier to style and take care of, and that's definitely a good thing. So overall, I am pretty happy with my decision to try this. I will probably also keep this for a couple of months at least, because as I told you, I can still go for a side part if I want to. I also think that it does look good with my beard. I think it's a different look, definitely. It's different than before, and the reactions from the people in my close vicinity, people that I see daily, has been mixed. So people have not been overly happy, nor have they been overly critical, but I've gotten the occasional, well, what's happened to you? But I mean, opinions are what they are, right? Everybody has one, and that doesn't mean that anybody's opinion is superior than somebody else's. And in the end, I really like this haircut. I am happy that I tried it out, and I think it works quite well for my head and for my overall features, and that's what I wanted to let you guys know, and I hope that I was able to supply you with enough information in case you want to try this as well. That's it so far with this video. I'd like to thank Anthony DeLuca and also Cameron Cretney at this point for inspiring me to try this. I'm very happy that I went short for at least one time in my life. I would have never expected to do this a year ago or 18 months ago. So thanks to those guys for inspiring me, and thanks to you for watching this video. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. It would help me a great deal to keep on producing content like this. And if you didn't know this channel up to this point, then you are of course very welcome to subscribe. I try to upload on a regular basis, at least once a week, about topics like hairstyling products, perfume and fragrance reviews, skincare products, and in the end, everything that is related to male grooming and styling. Thanks for watching. I will hopefully see you next time. So thanks and bye-bye.